Hey everyone, Noobs Jenny here. I picked up this. It's pretty interesting. So this is the Soviet starter box from Battlefront Miniatures for Flames of War. It's quite a good set. It comes with two IS-2s. No, sorry, four IS-2s. Su-76, 57 millimeter 76 guns, BA 64s, and quite a lot of infantry. And then I also picked up Clash of Steel. Oh, helps to flick it the right way. I'm gonna be, and I also got some paints for these guys as well. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to do an unboxing. Maybe I might. I think most people already know what's in the box, but I might just try. I'll put up a video. This video will just basically be an explanation of like what I'm going to do with this list, how I'm going to play it, and what I'm going to do with it. Just watching some Tub Frog. So in terms of the list, like what you get in the box. I'm going to run the, I've got enough of them. I've got 7 of these guys. The IS-2s, I'm going to run an army of them. And then I've also got plenty of infantry, which I will use them as well. I've got 6 of these guys. I'm probably going to maybe build 3 of each. And yeah, I've got quite a lot of BA-64s now. The thing with BA-64s is they are good, but I wouldn't. The thing is that I think you can having a few is probably okay. I think that maybe a unit of them in terms of a scout unit for Spearhead is really good. Having cheap Spearhead is never a problem. Having a couple of observers is also really good too, and they are decent observers. And I think that if you get too many of them, I don't really know what they would really do. The thing is that if you got 10 of them per se, right? If you were to get, I don't know, quite a lot of them, the problem you would have is like, okay, you're going to run up against infantry. Now, if you're fighting late war Germans, they'll just dig in. And if they dig in, have fun trying to get rid of them, because those machine guns aren't going to do anything. And you're just going to be shooting in vain at infantry that are dug in foxholes. And then on top of that, they'll be supported by tanks. A couple of Panzer IVs roll in, or even Shermans, they'll just take a couple of shots and just take these guys out, no problem. In terms of the other units in the box, the Su-76 is quite cool. It's basically like the Russian Hummel. The gun on it isn't incredible. It's one of these, I think. It's a 76. Is it any good? It's motorized artillery, so in that kind of vein, I think it's fine. Sorry, but I think. Yeah, in terms of that, it's probably fine. These things are really good because they are an anti-tank. They have little anti-tank. They have like the 89, which isn't great at all, but they can do it. They can fire 80. These things, most artillery can, but these are kind of this sort of weird hybrid. Is it an anti-tank gun? Is it a light howitzer? So these things are really good at doing both roles, but they're not so special at both roles. But they are good though, and I mean they're good. They're good enough. They're better than these. These are, I think, they have an anti-tank rating of, I think it's 10 or 11, and they've got a 4+ firepower, which is fancy for there's a 50% chance that they will do something with that firepower. It's not going to be great because they like anti-tank 10, I think it is 10, or like 10 is not particularly amazing for a late war anti-tank gun. You want to be doing 12s or more. um, they're okay, but I would not like want, if I was to get them, I wouldn't want huge amounts of them. The infantry are really good. Russian infantry are really, really good in assaults, really high morale. The issue that they kind of have is that what do you call it? They don't have access to transport, so they're quite slow. There are Russian infantry that are transported. They're pretty good. But the reason why you take these guys is the fact that they've got really high morale thanks to the Commissar, and also they have very good saves, saving on threes, saving on threes, which is never bad. Obviously, it's aggressive, but you can get these guys up to fours with veteran skills. So these Russians are completely different from the Russians of old. So these guys, you can get them, but even if they are the older ones, you can still get them with like very high skill levels. Almost everything in this is a 3+ skill check. So these guys are pretty, as it says on the rules, they're pretty crafty. So they're good at, I don't know, like making pottery, I suppose. But overall, yeah, it's a good box. It's very heavy, in terms of the stuff that's in there. In terms of this box, you get 4 T-34s, which are, they're not great. They're not great. They have very, they're very fiddly. They're an older kit, so as a consequence, they're not the worst. They're okay. They're just fiddly. They're very fiddly compared to a lot of these things on here, which are like some of the more newer models. But are they worth picking up? Is it worth making a T-34 army? I think T-34s are good. I think they're really good, but you wouldn't want a whole like just T-34s. You want these guys supported by infantry. Yeah, you would definitely want them supported with infantry. T-34s are good, but I think to overextend your army in that kind of way with just so many, I think you'd probably run into problems. That's why I like these guys. This is what I want to run with these guys, because the thing with ISUs is that what they're really good at, both variants, is a slow kind of methodical Russian advance where it's like you move up, bombard, keep moving, bombard, and you just slowly just batter your opponent with just sheer firepower. Yeah, the Russians are pretty fun. I've got a Russian paint set from AK Interactive, which I'm hoping to use. I got some rain stains on, which I'm also going to use. But yeah, no, oh, sorry, I'm just a bit tired. Overall, these guys are really nice. They're easy to build. These tanks are so nice. These are brilliant. These self-propelled guns are brilliant. The IS-2 is brilliant. When I build mine, I'm not going to put the white on them. No, I'm still going to do what I normally do. So track wash that, look real nice and dirty. But yeah, no, the advantage of having, what do you call them? The great advantage of having these guys is basically if you have, say, Team Yankee Russians, they're almost the same. Like the only real difference between these guys and Team Yankee Russians is obviously 40 years, but like the uniform is essentially the same. They've got the high boots, they've got like Kalashnikovs now predominantly, this very similar helmet, if not the same helmet. But yeah, no, this is a really good set. There's a couple more in the range, I think. There's one box which is just T-34s. I do not know how good that would be, but I would not recommend people start that as your first army. I would go with something like this first. You need infantry, and it's cool and it's funny for a meme or two. Like, I've got 10 squads of T-34s. It's like, okay, cool. But the thing is that T-34s, they're not great in assaults. These guys have a 2 top armor, 2 top armor, 2 top armor. So if these guys run into infantry, they're going to find it really, really tough, because these guys, on top of the fact you can get them to be hit on 4s, they don't mess around. They're really, really good. I got some books out from the library. Just felt like reading about Berlin. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. So far I've built 2 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, and I've still got 3 more in there. Haven't done anything with the infantry. I'll at least undercoat it. I'll put them with my German stuff, because I'm going to be spraying these guys Xandri dust. But basically what I'm going to do is like put these guys to a side. I'm really enjoying painting German infantry. I've got some German infantry in there. I'm probably going to, I don't know what uniforms I'm going to paint them as, or I might just hold them there. I'll see what I don't know, I don't know, paint them, I don't know, like I've done for all my other figures. We'll see if somebody in my group that plays Flames is interested in getting them. But yeah, no, like I've got quite a lot of bases of Soviet infantry, which I'm looking forward to working on. But that's not going to be for a while. I think that I want to do as many of my Germans as I can, slowly whittling them down. I'm really enjoying it, having a good time. And the thing is that I do have quite a lot of Flames at the moment. Some might say too much, but I don't think so. I'm making progress with the stuff I have. And I think the thing with something is that if you've got a good system to constantly whittle down the projects that you have, it's not so bad. And that's the thing I love about Flames, is that I can quite happily spend a couple of hours painting, and I never feel overwhelmed, even though I've got quite a bit of stuff to do. I never feel I never lose that love of it. I'm just like, you know what, take a break, whatever, do something else. And then eventually I'll just be like, oh, I'll just play some more, I'll do some more stuff with Flames. And then I'll just whip out a movie or whatever, do some more painting, and then just go take another break from it, a couple of hours or whatever, and just come back. And that's what I love. And I really enjoy playing this game. These guys are going to have quite the skill jump. Unfortunately, hitting on 4s is really powerful. Hitting on 3s is not so much, but you can get these guys to be hit on 4s, I think. At least the IS-2s. But that bumps the price up quite a lot. These guys are basically treated like Panthers. But these guys you can get in a couple of different flavors. They're very, 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 very sturdy. Hit on 2s, can take Panzerfausts. So these guys don't mess around. These guys can do quite a bit of damage. And I think the thing though is that they could be unlucky against, say, things like Churchills. But the thing there is that with Churchills is that you just kind of bring out one of these guys or one of them, because you're never going to, or even enough T-34s that you just hit them on side and eventually just bail a few while your infantry run in. But yeah, no, I really enjoy the game. I think the game is fun. I'm going to a tournament for Team Yankee next weekend, which is a bit of a distance away, but I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, I'm just gonna have some fun. And yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll catch you later.